What the fuck are you guys doing? What's going on, guys? It's the Slice podcast for November 20th. It's the 10th podcast where we talk about nonsense and mostly video games. My name is Nadeau.
I'm Tyler.
Nah, I'm Will.
Wow, you really do that, huh?
I pointed it out that when Will intros the podcast, he's like, "Hello, my name is Will." But if you have him intro himself later, he's just like, "I'm Will."
All sassy.
I'm the Sass Master.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So real quick before we get started, I would like to make a public apology to Larry King.
You mean a Skeletor?
Yes.
In a suit?
Yes. I feel like screaming "fuck Larry King" to end our last podcast was a little bit over the line.
But you took that shot.
So I did.
So, just for everyone's reference, I did play that little sound clip of him saying "fuck Larry King" about 20 times to him today.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
Can I just say, Larry King hasn't died. So it's not my fault. I'm apologizing now. It's not my fault if he dies. Okay? Also, Larry King's only 85 years old.
I know, right? We
I thought Larry King was 107.
we decided to look it up to make sure A, he hadn't died, and B, show Tyler, who didn't know who Larry King was, pictures of Larry King and why it was so funny.
I didn't understand the whole Skeletor part. I knew what his face was, but I never really saw, like, him all suck.
So you've never seen him on his television show? Because he's always, his whole top half is above the counter.
No, why would I be watching Larry King?
Like, imagine, like, from the belly button up, you can see him, and it's just a skeleton in a shirt.
Yeah, but again, why would
He's wearing suspenders.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I don't
Probably because he doesn't have enough meat in his bones to keep his pants up.
Wow,
He's not even that old.
Well,
He's not. So the crazy thing is, we started looking back in time, and, like, almost 30 years ago, he looked the same, but his hair wasn't gray. He still looked like a skeleton in a shirt.
he dyed it?
No. He just the fact is, he's not that old.
Betty White is 96.
Yes.
Betty White looks fantastic for 96.
She'll live
She
forever.
looks like a 96-year-old, I'll be honest.
Larry King is the first person I've ever seen who's 85, and I went, he's only 85? Like, whenever you see an 85-year-old, you're like, oh yeah, they look like 85. Or you're like, they're 85? Oh my god, they look so young.
I have an uncle that looks really young. He's, what is he now? He's like mid-70s now, but he looks like he's 50.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just...
Anyway, I'm sorry, Larry King.
Wow, that was a pretty good apology there, Nadeau.
I like how we shit on him more during the...
Yeah, exactly.
I apologize.
You started,
it's not my
and
fault.
then you shit on him more, and then you rounded up with an apology, so obviously it just makes it all fine.
It's all fine. Nadeau is completely forgiven by Larry King, who will never hear this. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But, anyways, putting that aside, because Nadeau's been dreading that, like, freaking out since
from the moment "fuck Larry King" came out of my mouth, I've been scared that he was going to die.
And it was like 4 days ago.
And he hasn't died.
Good.
Good for you, I
Yes.
guess. Good for him more.
Yes.
Than good for
Why?
you.
What made you double down like that? Like,
I thought it would be funny.
Look, it was
good
hilarious.
laugh. You got a good laugh out of it.
You killed me. I laid down and started just laughing at the ceiling.
Yes.
That's true. You didn't. You were done for the rest of the podcast, which was 2 seconds.
I didn't even
still.
say goodbye.
No, you didn't. I had to stop the recording.
Yeah.
It was excellent.
All right, so how about we get into some video game news?
And nonsense.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
Because we didn't have a segue.
Anyway,
News.
Kingdom Hearts 3's gone gold.
Yes, finally.
Excited about that?
I'll be happy when it's in my hands.
Yeah, it's not happening until it's finally...
Yeah, until I actually have a physical copy in my hands.
The fact that it's
real.
completed means that you're getting it soonish.
Well, it's still January. We got a few months.
That's soonish.
Yeah, still not Kingdom Hearts. Final Fantasy VII. That's been like...
Oh, God.
They don't know the development right now on that thing. It's chaos at Square Enix apparently with that. People are saying that.
Also, why the hell did they decide to go episodic with that?
I think that... So basically, I think they announced...
Money.
Yes, money. Money is always good. Money speaks.
So, like, I want it, but I'm not going to buy it until it's all out.
So
I'm not going to get to play it for, like, probably 5 years or something, however long it takes them to make that damn
Well, they have to release the first one first, so who knows?
Yeah, right?
I don't know. I read a few days ago that they're having some troubles at Square Enix right now about everything. A lot of people were... I guess they worded it bad that they made it...
Look, you've worded this whole thing badly.
Yes.
So, slow down, and then talk.
I can't do that. I can barely breathe and talk at the same time.
We'll skip the breathing.
So during an interview, someone worded saying that Square Enix is focusing everything on Kingdom Hearts 3. So of course the internet took that as that they abandoned Final Fantasy development, and they had to go back and say, no, we're just working on the marketing and stuff like that. And then they asked him, well, how's the development going? He's like, I don't know. It's bad, kind of thing. Apparently, I don't know. People are on the internet saying that they should have not announced it. I think they were too early in the development process because everyone's always like, where's Final Fantasy VII? We want it now since you announced it, 2-3 years ago?
Has it been that long? It hasn't been
It's been at least 2.
At least 2.
It's been like
3.
2, I think.
I don't know. And like, it didn't show up at the last E3 and everyone's like super butthurt about that and everything. But I think that it's because they just started working on it. I think that was like that little scene of just Cloud walking was all they really made, and that was it. I think in the game so far.
Probably. I mean, I'm sure they did plenty of planning and whatnot, and work on it that doesn't result in anything they can show us.
Yeah.
Well, this is also not the first time that even on this podcast we've reported Square Enix having problems.
It isn't.
Because they, with Hitman 2, they kind of cut ties with that developer and said, no more money for you, you're on your own.
I don't remember talking about that.
Yeah, you just weren't paying attention.
Surprising.
Yeah, because I don't really care about Hitman.
Yeah, surprising.
You know what I do care about, though, with Hitman is the flying briefcase of seeking destruction.
Yes, that was a pretty good
video.
video.
A death-seeking briefcase that will follow you around corners.
the best
It has
weapon.
become all of Reddit for me. Is just gifs of people throwing briefcase and it's seeking. It's amazing. The homing seeking briefcase.
I hope they don't fix it. I hope they just leave it.
It's a feature now.
Yeah.
Just like the giant sending you to space in Skyrim, it became a feature.
Yes, that's pretty hilarious.
Yeah,
also.
but we're also talking about Square Enix compared to Bethesda. Bethesda just runs with it because they're actually pretty funny when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Well, I didn't care to talk about that anymore.
I don't know. But Nadeau, you did buy Hitman. Have you played it all? Or are you still waiting for us to do something with it?
I don't know. I think at this point I'm just burnt out on video games because of Red Dead.
So many video games.
I put so many hours into Red Dead and now I'm just kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
There's so much going on right now. It feels like it's funny. When we first started doing this podcast, we're like on our phones, like looking up anything or, trying to find stuff to talk about. And we're like, man, there's fucking nothing going on. Wow, this sucks. There's nothing really to talk about. And then,
and now it's
like
October all round, the video game.
Well, then October rolled around and just like a train just smacked into us of like, here's all your games all at once. And now we're like, oh god.
Because holiday season. It's every year this happens.
Well, we've not even talked about Battlefield 5 at all recently.
Right, and it released, yesterday?
Last night, yeah.
And we were excited about it.
We were excited about when they announced it,
and then
now we're not excited anymore.
Red Dead comes out, Fallout comes out, and it's like, fuck Battlefield.
Well, me and Nadeau were excited about it when we played the beta, but you didn't participate.
No,
after I downloaded it for you, you refused.
What was going on?
Suckbag.
I forget. What was going on that I didn't
You
play?
just played other games.
Was it Horizon?
Yeah, something like that.
I still want to play Horizon.
Suckbag.
Yeah, so I've barely played Horizon 4. Is it 4? It's 4. And
that you spend $100 on.
Right, I barely played any Horizon. I've played it probably like 20 hours or something, and I want to play it a lot more. I've barely played Fallout 76. I've barely played Red Dead. I've barely played Spyro, and I have no goddamn time.
You beat Spyro.
I beat the first game. Yes.
Still.
It took like 5 hours to beat it. It's a kid's game.
And also you screaming that you hate the flying missions.
I hate flying missions.
Maybe you should uninvert your controls.
Yeah, normal.
That would make it harder.
Okay.
But anyways.
Look, when Spyro came out, it was inverted.
I don't believe that, still.
Look, I'll go break out my PS2 and my Spyro disc.
Do it. You mean your demo?
Yes, I have a demo. Well, we talked about the last podcast.
Maybe the demo is just inverted, and then they realized after the demo that it was dumb.
Look, every video game I ever played on like the PS2 and earlier, all the controls were inverted.
I don't recall this ever.
I don't either. Although I feel like Crash was like weird.
Crash didn't have camera controls.
Weird. I don't know. Crash.
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 I can't talk.
That's what his brain did. It crashed.
Crash definitely like the running towards the camera.
Oh, that's
the
those
hardest
missions
thing.
messes
ever.
with your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so back on track. So that Fallout 76 patch. Holy shit!
Holy shit! Yeah, they basically just re-downloaded the entire game.
Yeah, when I was reading into that, like, what was it, 47 gigs or something like that?
It's 47, 48 gigs, something like that.
I was just sitting, I'm like, well, I knew you, I'm like, oh, I have just enough space on my Xbox if it's going to turn to Halo where it's 100 and plus gigs.
Oh my god.
And then you immediately are like, I gotta delete something? Then it added like 0.2 to the download of the actual game, so...
I've got 8 games on my Xbox and 2 of them are Minecraft.
Interesting.
And
Yeah.
one of them is Cuphead.
Yeah.
And so, like, those take all of, like, probably 5 gigs together.
Yeah, but you have Forza on there, which takes up majority of it.
80 gigs.
Do you
Yeah.
still have Halo on there?
I don't. I had to delete it for Fallout.
I also had to delete it for Hitman, so...
Which I'm disappointed about, because I still wanted to play Halo.
Yeah, legendary.
Fallout. Shit. Halo 2 Legendary. That's exciting.
But we talked about that previously, of our sadness.
Anyway, I think we haven't talked too much about Fallout 76 as a game. You guys
I like it.
What do
The
you
internet
guys...
hates it.
You 10 hours in, you think?
I put more than that in there.
I'm probably 10 hours in.
Okay.
I maybe doubled that almost.
So, the internet hates it. I am on the fence.
I'm not saying I love it, but I enjoy it. It's just Fallout. It's lacking some depth, I feel like. But it's...
So, I thought that initially, too. It was lacking depth, but it's feeling more and more like there is depth to the game.
I think
it's
it just...
really hard to find it.
Well, I feel like it's also just and I talked about this last time. I just feel super lonely in that without actual character. Like, again, even when we play, we came across one player. That's it, maybe.
Right, because whether they're like 10 players a server or something like that.
Something like that, and it's just like you're walking around and like you just pick up and read stuff and everything and just listen to holotapes, but there's no actual characters really out there except for
Right, there's no conversations to have. There's no choices to make because there's like no one. There is literally no one. I've run into like 2 friendly robots.
if that.
Mr. Prezbot?
Mr. Prizebot, yeah,
Oh.
he gave me shit.
Yeah, he wasn't friendly to me.
So
Tyler got a gold watch?
yeah, I got a gold watch for it.
Wow.
Yeah, so me and Will have been playing it together and everything like that. And I think I explained this that you haven't really done any of the main story.
Well, I've done a little bit now.
A little bit.
So
Tyler,
I
after
had, like-
bitched enough.
I had like 2 or 3 hours to myself one day, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to play the main story of Fallout.
And that's what I've been doing when you're not around. I'm just playing the main story.
When we're playing together, we actually found a quest line that we're enjoying that's like twice our level, but it's still fun.
I mean, I'm almost caught up to it. It's a
Yeah,
level
true.
25 quest, and I just hit level 20.
I'm like level
Oh, you can go to
13 or
Deathclaw
14 or
Island
something.
now.
Yeah,
We can finally kill a Deathclaw. Well, we did kill that one Deathclaw that was like level 20. Nadeau got to see that.
Yeah, a screaming of it's smacking the hell out of me, and you're just standing on a
Look,
hill
it
shooting
smacked the
it.
hell out of me too. It used every single one of my stim packs.
I'm like, I started off with like 30 stim packs. I'm like down to like 11 or something like that. And stim packs are hard to find in the game, I realized.
They kind of are. They're only meant to be like a last resort in battle kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean,
So you're supposed to eat more than...
You're supposed to eat and sleep and rest and things like that.
yeah,
to
if you
gain
find a
health.
bed, if you just sleep in the game, it just recovers your health slowly.
Mhm. Also, if you eat and drink, it recovers your health.
Yeah.
So definitely, that's what I've been doing.
I also I noticed that Nuka-Cola is super good, actually, in the game. It heals you really, like,
lot,
Nuka Cherry.
It's
Like-
about half my health.
Yeah, it's like half of my health and everything like that. And I came across a perk that says it doubles the values of what it does for you.
Not
So
bad.
I'm picking
Oh,
that
speaking of the perks, that's fucking annoying.
up. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Will's
so
mad about the perk system.
the perk packs. seem like an interesting idea at first. So I don't know if you've even seen what they are, Nadeau.
No, I have no idea.
So it's basically like, imagine you were buying trading cards back when you were a kid. That's what the perks are like now.
So every few levels, it's not every level.
Right, it's every 3 levels or something.
I thought it's like every 5, then 10, then 15, then 20, because I got one at 20.
I'm not sure.
I think it's every 5 levels you get a pack.
Anyways, you get a pack of perks, and it'll just be like 5 or 6 random perks. And then you can assign those to your levels. So if you level up Charisma, it raises a couple of your base stats, but then you can assign Charisma perks if you get them.
Okay.
So in these packs, you get the perks just like from Fallout 4, but it's random. So, like, I want gunsmithing perks. I haven't gotten any.
So,
is there a way to buy these perks?
There probably is. Is there not?
No.
With real money?
I thought it was going to be with real money.
Nope. The only thing you can use for real money is for the atoms where you can buy just cosmetic stuff. Nothing else. They had
Can you buy perk packs with in-game currency either?
No.
Is there any way to get perks other than the perk pack?
So, I was kind of looking into that, and certain perks are locked until certain levels.
Ugh.
So, like, when I started hitting between level 10 to 15 is when my gunsmithing perks started popping up.
Right, and so I'm like 13 or 14. I haven't gotten any yet.
Yeah, or when I hit like level 15 or like when I hit level 20 is when I got my second locksmithing perk. Finally, where it gives me a second one.
Right, so I'm on level 1 locksmithing and level 1 hacking.
Yep.
And you can't do anything?
And basically can't do anything. Unless I'm in, like, doing this beginning story missions. That's, like, the only time I find things that are low enough level for me to actually do.
Go for it.
It's interesting to see that, like, the internet is, like, accusing Bethesda of being very lazy with making this game.
It doesn't seem like it.
No, with all that you look at, it looks like they thought very hard about what they planned to do, and their plans just kind of are falling through a little bit. Like, they're not...
I'm not sure what you mean.
Like,
you're not articulating that thought.
No, I'm not. Well, I don't articulate any thoughts.
What's articulate mean?
What?
I'm happy you caught that one.
Okay, so, like, it's obvious that they have, like, systems in place, like you have to accept to fight somebody else pretty much.
Kinda, yeah.
Like, you're only taking 25% until you fire back, then damage is
That's an interesting thing that people seem to hate.
I don't hate that.
The perk thing is something that people seem to hate, and it's obvious that they had ideas. It's like they're not just like, do the same thing as always.
Right.
Like, they've tried to change this game up in a unique way, and it just has kind of failed to, I want to say appease, but I don't know if that's right.
The perk packs annoy me just because I want certain perks and I'm not getting them. As far as everything else, the other systems they put in place seem really good.
I mean, have you dealt with any PvP yet, Will?
No, I haven't actually.
The only PvP is that one guy that was just like punching me, and just kept on since I was only taking 25% damage, I hit a stim pack, I got into my menu, I slowly went to my shotgun, loaded my shotgun as he was just trying to shoot me with his pipe pistol, then I walked up to him and vatzed his head and I won immediately. So it was nice. Like, I used 2 stim packs and then once I turned it on, he was dead.
There seems to be no fear with PvP either. Like, that guy outlevels me. Oh well, I just lost some junk.
Right.
Like, there's no fear.
You're not losing your weapons and everything like that.
Which I'm okay with. Like,
yeah.
I don't really want my Fallout 76 experience to be a PvP experience.
Right, you don't want to, like, oh, cool, I got this new weapon. Oh, cool, these fucking assholes that decided they were going to kill everything they see took it.
Yeah. So, in some games that's fine, such as Sea of Thieves. I like Sea of Thieves as a PvP experience.
Because you're not really losing much.
Right, it's just for fun. Like, the entire game is just for fun. And so, like, when you get attacked by someone, it's like, ha-ha! Avast, ye scary dogs!
And then I end up running to their ship screaming, you took everything from me, how could you do this? Until they apologize.
Sorry, guys. That was funny. I'm laughing remembering this, and this is the most boring story on the podcast.
Yeah, pretty much.
But anyway, so I like that Fallout 76 isn't a PvP experience. I don't know if it's even necessary to be there at all, but I guess why not for people who want it?
It's also fun. It's Fallout with friends, like you and me. We're just running around doing stuff and everything like that.
And that's what I wanted.
I mean, they made mods for Skyrim to try and do that, and it didn't. They
still aren't working.
Yeah,
they still aren't working. I'm still waiting for that one to work. I think development's pretty much stopped on that one mod that I don't remember the name of, which is sad because I always wanted to play Fallout or Skyrim with friends, and then when Elder Scrolls Online released, that's what I thought we were getting, and we got World of Warcraft Skyrim skin.
Yeah, we talked about this before also, but like...
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, we've mentioned that. You've said that phrase like 5 times.
Yeah.
I've said that probably 100 times. I'm so disappointed.
That was my only one scared thought when they announced this. Like, when I heard that they're doing Elder Scrolls Online, like, it's only a matter of time before they do Fallout and everything like that, and then I was so disappointed. I'm like, I hope it doesn't turn into this, and I'm happy that this is what they decided to do.
So this game is Fallout 4 with friends.
Yep.
That's what it feels like.
Minus
NPCs.
The story, I guess.
It's not minus story, so there's still story.
Some story. I'm wondering where it's going to go with this.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know.
Like, at first, when I started playing it, I couldn't find any story at all. Like, every building I was going to was just a building with some enemies in it. But as I've been playing more, doing, like, quest lines, it's turning out to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of backstory to the quest lines.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun.
You just have to read and listen?
Yeah.
And nobody has time for that anymore?
I do.
Like, we literally spent, like, how long, Will, in that one golf course?
Oh my god, we spent like 2 nights of playing, like, 3 hours or 4 hours. So we found a golf course where the robots were still friendly, and they were upkeeping the golf course.
So it looked
country club.
It was like it was still part of the whole world.
And so we spent... It's enormous. We spent like 3 hours just exploring the place.
Also, it's like an actual golf course area, but it's an actual real place. Apparently, people that live in the area where the game's based off is, they said it's really faithful to their actual area. And a lot of people are super excited that they did that. They took a lot of detail into that. Chair breaking.
Yeah.
Well, I remember seeing people talk about when the trailer, there's a shot of an amusement park.
Yeah.
Like a sign for an amusement park. And
it's almost the same.
Yeah. People are like, oh my god, it's the same thing. They did so well.
But we spent 2 days there, and it was unique and different, and there was a lot of story that we actually found there.
Yeah, it was... So
while being challenging.
Yeah. There were some challenging fights there. I ran out of stim packs. Still out of stim
Will's
packs.
screaming,
"Help!
Tyler!
Help!"
Tyler! I'm sitting there just looting like one of the side like places.
He's like looting in a building, and I've got like 10 enemies.
And I walk out the front door, and I see Will just running, and he's like backing up, trying to shoot with his single bolt action rifle. And there's about 10 plus ghouls
that are like twice my level.
Just like it was like a horde of zombies, and I just threw a grenade at Will's feet. Here, let me help you out here, buddy.
This is only 25% damage. Actually, you guys were probably a team. So
yeah, we're in a team, so no damage.
Anyways, though, I think we should move on from Fallout 76 because we talked about it for like a half hour already.
No, about 20 minutes.
Oh god.
That apology went for a while.
Well,
it didn't go for that long.
I'm sorry, Larry King. I can't stress it enough. I'm sorry.
Are you really sorry?
He looks like a skeleton in a shirt. I'm sorry.
If he's just a skeleton, how can you tell how he feels?
What?
Well,
that joke fell flat as a skeleton.
Oh, hilarious.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. Anyways, let's move on. Thanksgiving's coming up.
Yes, it is, Will.
It is.
Really? It's right around the corner?
So, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
What am I going to do for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, you.
Eat food.
Anything else?
You're doing 3 of them.
Do you have any plans?
Well,
now that's a story.
Okay, so I have a Thanksgiving on Thursday.
Okay.
A Thanksgiving on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And then a Thanksgiving on Saturday.
And you took 2 days off, and I'm pissed off because you did that.
Are you actually pissed off?
No.
Okay.
Our boss is pissed off because it just makes
Get over it.
I don't even work on Friday anyway. And I work at 5:30 to 9 on Saturday anyway, so it's not like I'm missing, like I'm...
Well, that's what Will's doing now because of it.
Yeah, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Because Will's taking off the day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
One of the busiest days. Zoom, zoom.
I don't know if the microphone picked that up, but that was a loud car.
I feel like it did pick that up. Yeah, thanks for not working on Wednesday, because I get a cushy 8-hour shift.
I really wish I'd taken the day after Thanksgiving off, too.
No.
Because I'm driving all the way to the Bay Area, which is about 5 hours. It's not that far, but I'm driving down 5 hours to do Thanksgiving
The day before
with
Thanksgiving.
some people that I don't know. It's the worst. Not exciting.
Bay Area traffic is probably the worst around
It's
that
probably
time.
going to be awful.
The day
and
before
then I get to
Thanksgiving.
drive back the day after Thanksgiving in the morning, and then go to work in the evening.
Yeah, but no, everybody's going to be shopping.
No.
Black Friday.
The Bay Area traffic's going to be like the worst on Black Friday.
Yeah.
I would think so bad.
I would think so too.
Once I hit I-5, I think it'll be fine. That I hit the interstate because no one's going to be traveling long distances on Black Friday. Well, there will be.
Yeah,
but
there'll be a lot of traveling still.
It's awful. I'm not excited. Most people, though, will be staying wherever they are for the weekend. So I don't think it'll be a ton of people traveling on Black Friday. But I'm going to be traveling on Black Friday, and I'm not excited. Normally on Black Friday, my goal is to stay indoors and not see people. How about you guys?
That's kind of the opposite. I want to. It's
Yeah.
like the one time where I'm like excited to see people, and not. I don't interact.
You just
with
like
them.
stand outside the local Walmart and watch the local
The locals.
the local meth heads fight over things.
Yes, but we're talking about Black Friday, not Tuesday.
Oh,
Not every day.
Yeah, not every day of the week.
The mall's kind of funny to watch people running from store to store.
You know what
Yeah.
I wonder? Is Target fun to watch?
Target doesn't do a lot of Black Friday sales.
Really?
No.
See, because I think it'd
It's
be really
super-
fun to watch mothers get angry at each other and fight.
Well,
No, see,
Mothers
that's-
are the worst. They're so fearsome and angry all the
I
time.
really want to see a Tickle Me Elmo fight in real life. I'm tired of reading about it on the news. I really just want to see one mother punch another mother in the face over an Elmo doll.
But yeah, my whole goal with Black Friday is not to be in the middle of that. My dad usually foils that, and my dad's like, "Oh no, I need your help to go Black Friday shopping." I'm like, "Why?" Well, because I want to go to see Black Friday. And it's like, you're not going to buy anything like every year when you go Black Friday shopping and you buy nothing.
Cyber Monday.
Cyber Monday already started this year. It's like Cyber the whole week. It's like,
Well, also, like, Black Friday savings started
Already
on Sunday.
started.
Yeah,
Well,
speaking of Black Friday savings, I don't know that I should segue this, but what did you do yesterday, Tyler?
yeah.
I bought 2 PS4s.
Mr. Moneybags bought 2 PS4s.
Yeah.
Well,
He's like, wow, that's such a good deal. I'll have 2, please.
I put one's to hold up the other.
I have to set my one PS4 on something.
I didn't want that one to get dirty on on my stand. No, I picked up one for a coworker also because
Right.
they said, "Oh, please, I don't have time." And I'm like, "Okay, I don't really care, but sure, since I'm right there."
Yeah.
But I bought a PS4. It's downloading Spider-Man because it came with it, so I could actually play that a little bit more than the 20 minutes we played.
Thwip, thwip. That's what Spider-Man does.
I hate you. You ruined it. You ruined it.
I'm going to do that every time you play Spider-Man now.
Oh, yeah.
Flip, flap, flip.
I wanna get back on Thanksgiving for a minute
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
to not end it. Do you guys have a favorite part of Thanksgiving?
Food.
I have a least favorite part of Thanksgiving.
That's not what I asked. It's the complete opposite of what I asked.
My favorite part is probably...
Mashed potatoes.
Oh, what is my favorite part? Just an excuse to eat lots of gravy and cranberry sauce.
Juice.
Juice. I almost said juice. It's
I
true.
didn't have cranberry juice too.
That's true, but I don't.
It cleans the system out.
I don't want to do that when I'm at someone's house that I don't know.
Wow, that's the best. Maybe you won't get invited again this year.
Oh,
But
awkward.
I get to go up to Mount Shasta, and I get to make Thanksgiving dinner for my whole family.
Oh, that's right. You're cooking.
Yeah, I do. That's what I get to do because I went through 3 years of culinary school, so all festivities stuff is on Tyler now.
What are you gonna cook?
I'm gonna. I don't know. Whatever they tell me. Usually we do
Probably a turkey and...
turkey, mashed potatoes, a ham. Usually we do our
Okay,
fruit
okay.
salad.
I have to interject here. Who cooks a ham for Thanksgiving but doesn't have yams?
I'm speechless.
This guy doesn't do yams.
Okay,
Not
so
traditionally,
like
no.
ham is not a traditional,
It's not.
but yams are.
Yams are! That's why... Yes, exactly. You get exactly where I'm coming from. This guy doesn't do yams, but he has a ham at Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah, because
He has extras, but doesn't have all the traditional stuff. What is wrong with you? You put marshmallows on that shit!
Boy, he's really hamming it up right now.
I feel personally attacked. I expect an apology next
All right.
podcast.
Nadeau just took all the wind out of my sails. So, my least favorite part of Thanksgiving, because I'm just bursting at the seams to tell you that, I hate the going around the table and telling each person, oh, I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for that. It's the stupidest tradition.
You're so animated right now. You did like 7 voices just then. I agree with you. I don't really like that either.
It's so stupid. It's like...
It just seems like, hey, nobody said anything to anybody in a while.
Right.
Let's get this going around.
It's like when your girlfriend says, why don't you ever tell me you love me? That's exactly the same feeling I get. Suck your own goddamn dick.
Oh, Nadeau's broken for the time being.
I killed him.
Enter in the 30 to 5 minutes of laughing.
Yeah.
My favorite part of Thanksgiving is the day after Thanksgiving when you have BLT turkey sandwiches.
You're just gonna gloss over that altogether.
We have to keep moving.
I haven't actually had Thanksgiving leftovers in a long time.
Well, usually it's just you and your dad, and
Right, but then he has all the leftovers, and I
yeah,
come
and
home.
then you go home. Yeah.
You gotta take some of that.
I mean, he gives me some of it, but it's...
Oh, like my grandma just loads it up. Like here, I'm like, I don't need. She's like here, I'm like. Ugh.
All right, here's the deal. You get sourdough bread, right?
Mm-hmm.
You toast it.
Mm-hmm.
And make it sourdough toast.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm on the same page.
You slap some
Wait,
mayonnaise down.
whoa, you lost me. You lost me at toast.
Okay, I'm sorry, but sourdough doesn't need mayonnaise.
You're wrong. Everything needs mayonnaise.
Is that your Southern Tennessee
No,
speaking?
no. How dare you know? You go mayonnaise,
Okay.
then you get like half of an avocado. You spread it all over the bottom and
No,
part
that's
of
your
the sandwich.
California talking.
Okay.
Now I'm talking. Now you're talking.
Lay down some turkey.
Okay.
Get some lettuce.
Okay.
Okay.
Some tomato.
Uh-huh.
Put some bacon on the top.
Uh-huh.
And then some you need like a spicy honey mustard.
Okay.
Tough to come by. A good spicy honey mustard is tough to come by.
Is
Or
that
that
the
pineapple
Tennessee?
mustard would be good.
I think the spicy honey mustard. I don't think I've ever had spicy honey mustard. That must be his Tennessee company.
No, okay.
It's just spicy mustard, not
It's-
spicy honey mustard.
It's like the mustard you get from the Hickory Farms package. Like that kind of mustard.
But that's the pineapple stuff that's amazing.
It comes with 2. You get like a smoky, spicy, like honey type mustard.
Well, the other one I don't cook. That one I don't use. That one goes in the trash.
Well,
Because I get the pineapple one and I eat that, and the other one is
He
useless.
just squirts it in his mouth.
why don't you like delicious flavor?
Why don't you like deliciousness?
I do like deliciousness. I just like Italian deliciousness.
You slap a second sourdough piece of bread on top, you eat it.
Oh, you don't toast the second one?
Got you there.
So that wasn't very revolutionary. You just told me how to make a BLT with avocado.
And turkey.
Okay.
It's good. Try
Okay.
it.
I'm sure it is, but it's pretty normal.
Okay.
That's not anything revolutionary. I thought you were going to tell me something revolutionary. The way you started that, you're like, so, you take the sourdough bread, and you toast it, and then you do the mayonnaise.
Just giving you a step by step.
He wants to make sure that you
Cooking
listen
with
to
Nadeau.
Did
Nadeau's
you know?
going to start the cooking
Okay,
cast.
Speaking of mayonnaise, I once read that if you put mayonnaise on a grilled cheese sandwich, it's even better.
I've never had mayonnaise on a grilled cheese.
It's pretty good. It's not bad.
Your dad has eaten mayonnaise out of the jar on
He
multiple
has.
occasions.
He refuses to admit it. It's one of my favorite stories to tell people is my dad. One time I walked in the kitchen and watched him putting the mayonnaise jar back in the fridge, eating a spoon of mayonnaise. And there was no sandwich or anything on the counter or anything. Like, the kitchen was all empty, and he was just putting the mayonnaise jar back in the fridge with a spoon of mayonnaise in his mouth.
That's that classic, there's nothing to eat.
I guess I could just eat a spoon of mayonnaise.
I want,
How is that classic? Who does that?
You never done that? You're like, I want to, maybe I want a sandwich. I don't
No,
want to make
I've
a sandwich.
never eaten a spoonful
Let
of
me
mayonnaise.
just eat this mayonnaise.
I mean, at least you didn't eat like a stick of butter or something.
That's a lie. I've eaten a spoonful of mayonnaise because I've had artichoke hearts with mayonnaise.
Okay,
Or
yes.
not artichoke hearts, artichokes, and the leaves are basically spoons for the mayonnaise.
Speaking of eating things that you shouldn't just eat by themselves, can I say that my sister was once caught as a toddler on the counter eating sugar out of the sugar jar?
Same. Me too.
Yeah, you were caught eating sugar out of the sugar jar.
I was caught eating sugar cubes out of our drawer with a box of sugar cubes in it.
Oh, you a horse.
It's okay, Will.
He likes the sugar cubes. Much more than the carrots.
But yes, it is weird. As a little kid, though, it was sugar. You didn't care. You just needed that fucking sugar, man.
Just put it in my mouth.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
This conversation went off the rails, down a cliff, and blew up.
Yeah, let's stay away from that.
This has been our most disorganized podcast to date. Anyway, you got a PS4.
Yes, bought a PS4.
How was that?
I pre-ordered Kingdom Hearts 3 because I've been bitching about that, and I also pre-ordered Resident Evil.
Where'd you get your PS4 from?
GameStop.
Did they tell you any more dumbass things that don't make sense?
What?
No, they're pretty
What
straightforward.
are we talking about?
Like, we don't have any more Fallout 76.
Did we talk about that on the podcast?
Yeah, we
did.
Okay. I was dumb.
I don't know. It was funny. We walked in. We pulled up and it was empty. We're like, oh, maybe are they? Because it was like 30 minutes before
Yeah,
closing.
there weren't even any employees in the front.
So, but we walked in. Someone came walking out of the back and everything. I tell him I need 2 consoles, and he just runs to the back, and all I hear him is open up the door. He's like, "Hey, I need 2 of those PS4 bundles." And you hear someone like, "Rah," and you hear shuffle. Then he comes out with 2.
You hear banging.
Yeah.
Like you obviously threw them
The
from
funny
one side
thing
of the
is,
room to the
I
other.
didn't hear any of it.
No?
Well, yeah, you were contemplating about buying your 3rd controller.
Yeah. No, my third Xbox controller.
I'm also on my 3rd Xbox controller.
My second one my third, technically my 4th, I guess. So I had one that came with my Xbox, and then the joysticks started drifting on that. And then I bought a second one, and then
The bumpers.
the bumpers quit. And so then I Frankensteined those 2 into one, and then that one was working until the joysticks started drifting recently.
So you have a Frankenstein's controller?
What?
Well, you can't call it a Frankenstein controller. Cause,
I know.
The Frankenstein's monster.
intelligence is knowing that it's Frankenstein's monster. Wisdom is knowing Frankenstein's the monster.
No.
I said that wrong, didn't I?
No, you actually did say that right.
Wow.
But that's look, that meme is as old as Frankenstein. It just wasn't a meme before, because memes are a thing that was... Anyways. Moving on. So anyways, while Fallout 76 was updating, Tyler was playing around with the new PlayStation.
Well, actually, what's
PlayStation?
What's reel that back a little bit? We were both downloading Fallout 76, so our Xboxes were fighting for the internet.
Mine won.
Yeah, Will's won actually.
Which is
the
unusual.
for the first time.
Mine
ever.
always loses that fight.
But yeah, it was funny. It tells you how much you're downloading. Will's 50 megs. I got 10.
Well, to
then
start
Will
out
goes
with,
down to 12, and I go up to 50, and then it's 30 and 30, and then
for the first
70 and 10.
For the first
5.
10% of the game download, mine was at 500 kilobits per second.
Yep.
And Tyler was getting all the internet, and mine was just took it all afterwards. Yep. And I jumped up. I saw mine say 332 megabits per second at one point.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I know, I don't want to say the name. Fuck Spectrum. Spectrum's been advertising 300 megs recently.
Oh, yeah?
But I think you have to go up in price to get it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And you don't... Okay, so... 60 megs... I get 25 all the time.
Yeah. During peak hours, I usually get 12. 12 minutes per second. And that's fine. 12 is doable.
It's fine, but it's not fine knowing that Google Fiber is out there.
It's not here, though.
No, it's in Kansas and Nebraska.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because... So I don't want to get into the...
Anyways, it doesn't matter.
social, political aspect of life, but money.
Yeah.
Money is why we don't have Google Fiber.
It's true. So anyways, our Xboxes are fighting for the internet, so... Tyler's plugging in his new PlayStation, which is also starts fighting for the internet because system
has a
updates.
system update, of course.
Which, it was like 600 megabytes, and it took it like
20 minutes.
25 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, it was...
It's funny, when it started, it said, about 5 minutes, and then it just say 5 minutes the whole download.
I've noticed that if I buy a game on my Xbox and download it, and if I buy the same game on my PlayStation and download it, it will take longer on my PlayStation.
Interesting.
Huh.
Why
are you
buy
buying
the
two
same
games?
game?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh.
But, like, similar games.
I don't know that I've ever experimented with that.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, it's PlayStation. Also, PlayStation does not have the ability to connect to 5G Wi-Fi.
Does it not?
No.
Mine did.
You sure?
Yes.
Yeah, his did.
Mine wouldn't do it.
Huh.
I don't remember if mine did, but Tyler's has the PlayStation Slim, so maybe they updated that.
It's possible.
Who knows? We don't have facts and figures here on the NSLice podcast.
No,
we just shit at our asses and call it a podcast.
we might as well call this the random speculation podcast.
Correct.
But so after my update, I played Crash Bandicoot, and then I got super frustrated in that game again.
Yeah. So we were looking for a game that he wouldn't have to download, so I looked through my game collection. It brings up the fact that games are never on discs anymore.
No, you can't just put a disc in the whatever and play it.
I've got 3 games that you can put the disc in and play it. The remake of Ratchet and Clank, you can just put the disc in and play it. It has an update file, sure, but if you...
Just like Crash Bandicoot had a half a gig update.
But, like, you can not update it, and you can just play it. Crash Bandicoot, obviously, you can just plop it in, you can choose not to do the update and just play it. And Spyro, you can plop in and play the first game, which everyone's bitching about.
Right, so for Spyro, it's only the first game is on the disc, then you have to download the other 2.
Right.
To complete the trilogy.
Which I don't like.
I don't think it's that big of a deal, because you can't, like, every game is online now. There's almost no games that, like I said, I've got 3 in my entire collection that I can plop the disc in and play. That's it. So yeah, I have an internet connection to my PlayStation, and I can plop in Spyro and play the first game while the second game and the third game are downloading. That downloaded in probably half hour, an hour, I don't know. But I played the first game for like 4 days.
I don't know.
And it's
I think
a really
that,
easy, quick game, so...
And I know this generation is the one that's kind of starting that, but I don't like the idea of, even though you're buying a physical copy, you have to download it.
Yeah, it's stupid. Why don't they put most of the download on the disc? Red Dead did that. Most of the download...
Red Dead gave us 2 discs.
Yeah.
Do it.
Most of the download for the game was actually on the discs.
Yeah.
That's like the main reason why I made a switch to digital games. Because
I think that's what they were trying to do.
If I have to download it anyway, I might as well save myself some time and frustration by not going to the store.
And
and space.
See, I like looking at my video game collection on a shelf.
Being sad how much you spent.
No.
Oh.
No, never sad. Ever.
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 Okay.
Just don't take that collection to GameStop.
Yeah,
No.
they'll give you $5.
Yeah, right? Especially because most of my game collection is PS2. They'll be like, I don't even want that. We'll pay. If you pay us, we'll take it.
Well, sure, we'll take this to the dump for you.
Yeah.
So, while we were buying my PS4 yesterday...
Oh, I know what you're going to talk about.
Yeah. So, a few podcasts ago, I guess I started the
fuck
you
restaurants and whatnot.
The fuck you list, basically, of where we live.
Fuck
So it
Chipotle.
started with Chipotle.
Fuck
I don't know
Chipotle.
that ever made it into any sort of content.
I think it did. Didn't it?
Well, I know.
I just talked about how they
I think it
were
I think
terrible,
we-
and
Either way, we said fuck Chipotle because they screwed all our shit up.
then fuck Five
And then
Guys.
fuck Five Guys because they screwed all our shit up. And then fuck Jamba Juice because they screwed all our shit up. And then we went back to Jamba Juice.
Because, why not? Will's giving them Jamba Juice. Because they're like, and it was funny because Will's like, well, they close in like 20 minutes. I feel bad. And granted, we all do work in the food industry and we all get mad about when those customers
People
come in
show up
right
at the
before you
last
close. But I'm like, it's Jamba Juice. They have to clean one blender and a scoop. Like, it's not that bad. It's not like a restaurant you're going to sit down and eat and everything like that. So I didn't feel so bad. But
also, you don't close anymore, so you're less...
Yeah.
You've distanced yourself away from those emotions.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. I still have those closing emotions. Yeah. But anyway, so we walk up and we're like, oh, are they actually open? Because we haven't seen
all their chairs out for the outside stuff was all chained up and everything like that, and there was just like two guys like scrubbing something.
Yeah, and so one of the guys comes out with like a hose or something, and I don't know what he's doing.
And he sprays you down. He says, "Get out!"
That would make the story so much more interesting because the story is actually really boring. And then the other guy walks out and holds the door open and sees us, and he's just like, "What are you doing? Get out of here, scat you!"
And we're like, "Are you open?"
And then he's like, "Well, yeah, we're
yeah, come on in."
And take it away, Tyler.
We just go in there. He asks us, and it's super chill guy. He's like, "What are you guys drinking?" And we tell him what we want, and some music's playing or like that, and he's like, "You know what? I'll give you a free drink if you could guess the band that's playing." We couldn't guess what the band was playing. It was Fleetwood Mac. I don't know how, but I'm like, it's in Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's like, close enough. And then,
yeah, so he did give us one of our drinks for free, which was nice.
And he also made 2 really good drinks.
Right, he actually made them the way they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
Instead of like last time we went to Jamba Juice and I got the wrong drink and it didn't taste like anything.
But yeah, it was super cool, and we just, while he was making making the drinks, we were just like, "What are you guys up to?" And we were talking about how I bought a PS4, and he was talking about his games and everything. It was a really excellent. So, more or less, Jamba Juice is off the fuck you list.
Yeah.
Did you guys plug our podcast?
No.
What?
Oh.
I don't want to plug this in public. What are you talking about? All this connected to my name?
You're gonna be like, "Yeah, we need business cards." You'd be like, "Hey, we have a podcast."
Yeah, just start
Sliding across the
put in
table.
those free, free business card drawings where you get free lunch or something.
Yeah.
Speaking of you saying that out in public, it's funny that at work that now you're like, we don't really are big on like trying to tell everyone that we have a podcast.
Especially at work.
Especially at work,
right?
We talk shit about a lot of people, and we talk a lot of shit about work. And a lot of our employees don't really have much of a life outside of work, so I'm pretty sure they would just listen to this because why not?
I don't think they would.
I can name
once.
like 5 employees. I'm pretty sure that will listen.
I can only name one.
Yeah. Anyways, but
and we're all thinking his name. We all know who it is.
But anyway, so it's funny. We were all outside while one of our employees was vaping. I won't say smoking.
Can you even vape, bro?
They were vaping like mad vapes.
Okay, we know.
Anyways,
we know
but
who vapes, so we all know. We're all on the
take
same
away
page.
what happened, Nadeau. What did you do?
So me and Tyler were talking about, I don't know what. Maybe it was Spyro or something like that.
We were just talking about games.
And the employee said something along the lines of, "Oh, I didn't know that was coming out." And my response was, "Well, you would if you listened to our podcast." And then
not skipping a beat. She what did she say exactly? She said, "Oh yeah, you guys don't want to do something like that or something like that."
No, so I said you would if you listen to our podcast, and then the employee fired back like immediately with, "You don't have a podcast."
Just kept on vaping.
And then me and Tyler just like stared at each other with big eyes. It's like, we do have a podcast. If only you knew.
But you're getting more and more willy-nilly about it at work. You're just joking around saying it. Like when I'm like walking to the back and you're like, something about the podcast and everything.
Well,
I just ignore you, and I'm like, you're in the middle of the restaurant.
I think kitchen. At one point you told me to do something, and my response was, "No, I have a podcast."
Yeah.
Like he was like, go get tables, go bust tables, and I was like, "No, I have a podcast."
And then I give him the look of, "I'm your boss still." And then you smiled, and then you went and got tables.
Yes, I did. Because I know my place. Speaking of work, Will, do you have any interesting work stories?
Are we talking about how you guys hate me?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes, we
okay.
are.
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone's getting tired of me and my shit.
It's funny. Yesterday, like, we were actually pretty busy, and of course, like, we didn't staff correctly because of we always compare about based off of last year's sales, and we sucked last year. It looks like. So obviously, we're down to bare minimum crew right now. That wasn't the case yesterday for us. We were actually pretty damn busy.
Yeah.
And I thought it was the best part about that is how many employees do we have? Like 6
No.
or so?
We had
I don't
5.
know.
3,
Whatever.
5.
What is
I guess we had 6.
Yeah,
I
five
can't count.
employees. And I thought it was just the best that, it's empty. It was all deliveries and everything like that and takeouts. So we had no one in the store and we were all screaming and yelling at each other about everything, more or less. And how did you put it? You just you're only yelling.
The boss only yells because he cares. Or
Yeah.
something like that. I forget.
Yeah, it's all that kind of stuff. And then I just started yelling, and it's awesome that we can all yell at each other and also get along at the same time. And then a customer comes in and we're like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" And everyone's just quiet, like, just shut up.
Well, what's funny is we were yelling at each other in a joking way.
Yeah.
But I've seen plenty of people in that store yell at each other the same things in a non-joking way.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true.
So it's nice that we can joke. It's nice that we have sense of humor.
Yeah.
Sense of humor?
Shut up.
Senses of humor?
I don't know.
Hey, don't start. He's going to yell at you at work about this.
Stop correcting my grammaticals.
Grammaticals.
Anyway, tell your story.
Oh yeah. So I can't talk. It's rubbing off on me, guys.
Join the club.
Welcome to the club.
Anyway, so I was in a Guitar Center recently, and
Oh, that story.
I was waiting around. I was with my buddy, and he was.
It doesn't matter. He was doing
It
stuff.
doesn't matter. I was waiting around at the front counter there, and I saw they had a little jar of shit on the front counter, like every store does. And there was a little jar of tiny harmonicas.
Harmonicas for ants.
Yes. It's the whole harmonica is about an inch long. And so I saw those, and I was like, you know what? If that's $5 or less, I'm buying it, because that's such a tiny harmonica. I don't care. It's cute. I love it. And I asked the guy when he comes back to the counter how much the harmonicas are. He's like, they're like $5 or something. So I bought a tiny harmonica.
You're like, sold. That was just the price I was looking for.
Exactly. I was like, part of me was like, it's so funny enough, on the box of the harmonica it says, "This is not a toy. This is a musical instrument." Like, take yourself too seriously. It's a tiny harmonica.
I feel like harmonicas always end up as toys anyway.
Right? They do. I think people who make harmonicas are upset about that.
Probably.
But anyways, so I thought since it was taking itself so seriously, it might actually be like a $15 tiny harmonica or something, which would be way too much. But then it was $5, so I was like, oh yeah, that's a $5 trinket. I'm okay with that. I like trinkets. I'm a trinkety kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'm shaking my head. You can't see it, but I'm shaking my head.
I think they felt it.
Yeah, they probably did. They're probably all shaking their heads. All 2 people who are ever going to hear this, which are going to be you and your mom.
My dad listens to, and I think my sister. My whole family's in it. What's up, my family? Shout out.
Shout out to Nadeau's family for giving us our only views. Anyways. So I come back to work, and I planned this whole thing. I
Make
knew
sure you
I
don't
was
say
gonna
the
use
employee's
it
name
for.
again.
What? Oh, I'm gonna say your name. So,
I know.
anyways, I finally, my boss is kicking me out because it's a slow day. He's kicking me out like a half hour early or something, and then I just go, "Fine then, I'll play myself out in my world's tiniest harmonica," and I just play like a couple notes on this tiny harmonica as I'm like walking out the back door. Tyler comes around from where we make pizzas, holding like some salami, making the stupidest face of just like, what the fuck just happened?
Well, you don't really expect a harmonica to start playing in the back of the restaurant. It threw
No,
me
that's-
off.
Yeah, that's definitely something that I would not expect.
And
So
I let the
doors
back
closed.
door slam shut, like on his confused face,
So-
which is just great.
So let me also add a little bit more. So I'm like, shake my head, because I didn't see anything in your hand also. I just, like, because you played your notes, and then I slowly walked over, you had your hands down. I'm like, you must have played, like, a video or something like that. Something stupid, being Will. So then I go back to playing, making a pizza. our manager comes from the office, like in like a fast, brisk pace of confusion. He's like, "Did Will just play a harmonica?" And I'm like, "I guess." And then he just looks at the door and just starts bolting for the door, and like in this like on a mission, like chest forward, like arm swinging, like I need to know. He goes to the door and
so I'm like getting in my car at this point. I was parked right by the back door, and boss just busts out of the back door and looks at me and is like, "Did you have a harmonica with you the whole day?" Were his exact words. And I just like looked at him with a big shitting grin and went, He shook his head, walked back inside.
Then he just walked back into the store, shook his head a little bit more, and then walked to the office and just sat in the office.
With saying nothing. I love it.
That place would be really boring if it wasn't for us.
It would.
We bring the comedy?
Yes.
I've also scared one employee with a harmonica now. They were walking back by one of the doors to the kitchen, and I waited for them to come around the corner, and I just blew it in their face as loud as I could. They jumped, and then almost punched me.
Yeah, I was going to say, by the end of this, someone's going to shove it down your throat.
It's true. You guys are getting really tired of it.
Yeah, we're going to be the ones that shove it down his throat, and then every time he coughs, he's going to make harmonica noises.
I actually have it on me.
Yes, you do. Please. Oh, no. Here we go.
I feel like you didn't need a second breath for that. The one breath was fine. Okay then.
But yeah.
It's on my keychain.
Alright.
It's going to go missing one of these days.
It is. It really is. It's already fallen off my keychain once.
Oh, sure. Fell off your keychain.
Uh-huh.
Anyways. So, anything else about work that you guys want to bitch about?
I feel like you want to bitch about bitching employees.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Yes.
Go ahead.
A single bitching employee.
We'll be your whatever. I don't know.
I'm here for it.
Go ahead.
Do it.
Everyone agrees with me, honestly. So it's the holidays. We are allowed to have one party, kind of.
You guys are only allowed one party.
We don't.
So we have a Christmas party every year. That's what he's getting at.
More or less. But also like before our current manager and me took over our store. The manager before us, he was a real hard ass on the whole, you're not allowed to talk to employees or be friends with employees or speak to other employees outside of work. He had a strong stance on that.
Yeah, so our new manager feels the same way.
But he's super lenient.
He'll look the other way, as long as you don't,
Hence, like, he knows that we all hang out. He doesn't care, as long as it doesn't impact work.
Right, and we do try to keep it on the real down low, like... He sometimes, during one of the videos we recorded recently, he called in the middle of the video, our boss, and Nadeau and I are just sitting there going, don't say anything.
Don't say anything. And then I get off the phone, and then he calls
me.
Then he calls Will.
To tell me something that I'd overheard telling my... I'm just like, oh, wow, yup,
Right. And then he gets off the phone with you, and he calls me.
Did he really?
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
Yeah. He called all three of us.
Oh my god.
He called all three of us back to back to back. We were in the same room.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But, so, we always do a Christmas party. Usually it's we go down the road from our work. Literally, there's a bowling alley. We rent out, 5 lanes. Everyone gets super drunk. And we all have a good time.
Look, I've never been drunk there.
Because you're always the designated driver.
No comment.
Yeah.
So anyways, Nadeau likes to pregame and make Tyler pregame, and then I get there after closing the restaurant at so I get there at 10:45 or 11 o'clock, and the bowling alley closes at 11 o'clock. I basically get there to pick up a puking Tyler and take him home.
I mean, I wasn't trying to do that story, but,
That's what it is every year for me!
I know, but I'm trying to talk about something else, and now you're adding a different story.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I'll stop interjecting.
I don't believe you. You have that smirk on your face. You're gonna start talking. So...
I'm letting you do the thing!
So, it's been the same exact place, the same day. We always do it on a Monday, because Monday is super slow.
And Tyler's drunk every time.
Yes. I don't care. So, it's my time of year I can. So, it's always on a Monday, because Monday we're usually dead slow. The closing crew can get there, and we usually... And most of the time we can convince them to stay, instead of being closed at 11, then we can stay open until midnight kind of thing, stuff like that. Sometimes. Didn't work out last year. But, so it's always been the same thing for my 5 years. So I was talking to this other employee. I'm like, can you call the bowling alley? It's on this day and everything like that. And I'm going to start doing the Secret Santa setup because we always do Secret Santa. And this particular employee is like, well, I don't want it on that day. And I ask why. And she's like, because I close. I'm like, it's been the same every year. Well, I don't care because I'm the person. I am the one. I bring the party, basically, is how they put it.
Right, and so it seems like they were joking, but they said it too seriously to actually be joking. Like, it's something you would...
At first,
something you would joke about, like, well, but I'm the life of the party, but they said it in a serious tone and were actually upset.
Yep. And then, and then I said, deal with it. It's on this day. And then for the remainder of my shift working with them, I got little snippets of I better have a good closing crew. I'm going to just pregame at work before I go there. And I'm like... Oh
Don't get drunk at work. That would result in your termination.
Yeah, should you really be telling your boss this?
Here's hoping.
Yeah. Let's not say that too loud.
But then also, like, it was this employee, because we have 5 of our stores in Reading, and everyone does their own thing. So, like, we always do the bowling alley, and because she's been around and she knew most of the crew, we invited her, even though she was at a different store. She's like, well, I wasn't even working last year, and I at your store, and I came in and everything like that. And, like, I'm like, I don't care.
Yes, we were kind enough to invite you. How dare us?
Yeah, I'm like, maybe we should just not invite you then.
Yeah.
But it bothers me that this particular employee just thinks the whole world has to revolve around them.
Well, that's everyone. Look,
Imagine,
everyone's world revolves around.
Wow, you don't have to close with them 2 nights a week.
I know. Sucks for you.
Yeah.
Even though, and let's be honest here, with this in particular employee bitching about how they have to close that night, we were all in the office, and I'm like, so I think this would be the best day to do it. It would be like a week before Christmas, which, we're not busy that week. So Nadeau's like, here, give me the request day off book, and then writes his name in immediately to get not work that day.
I want to go.
Yeah.
I want to enjoy my day.
I'll be opening that day, so I get to go.
Yeah. I mean, I get off at
It should be the
7.
first time I've ever gotten to go.
I get off at like 6:30, 7 o'clock, so I'll basically go change and then go to the bowling alley.
The thing is, though, I'm still going to be the designated driver.
We should just close at 8 o'clock and call it Employee Appreciation Day or something.
We can't do that. We're a big corporation.
We should.
Yeah. Anyways, but that's all my 2 cents on a particular bitching employee that has been on my nerves since yesterday.
So long.
You let it out here in your therapy session that nobody will hear.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully. Because that's what they did here. That'd be an HR nightmare.
It's just between us and this microphone.
What microphone?
What?
Huh?
This is how we're going to end it, huh?
No, we're not ending on me bitching about one of my employees.
Okay, let's bitch about something else.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of the game Star Citizen?
Of course I have.
I haven't, actually.
Star Citizen...
And I'm 100% serious on that. I'm not being sarcastic.
Star Citizen is this...
It sounds really cool.
I don't know that it is a game. I think it's just an idea.
Not a game.
It's a concept.
It's not a game.
It's
It wants to be a game.
It wants to be a game where you have ships and you fly around space.
Actually, it doesn't want to be a game. The people who are spending a bunch of money on it want it to be a game.
You're in ships, you fly around, you kill other people. You can pay your own money for ships. They have reached... It's all... Would you say...
Is it Kickstarter?
I don't know if
Patreon?
it's Kickstarter
No,
or something.
it's the same idea, but it's been going on since, before Kickstarter.
Yeah, it's just they were like, hey, we need money to make this awesome game. You guys could help us with that. They've reached $2 million in funding.
Have they produced anything yet?
Yes,
Models.
yes, they have. Pictures of ships.
Well, so they've gotten to the point where you can look around the ships. There's a 3D model that you can walk around of the ships, essentially.
Are you, in the command center and you could get out and, walk in your ship kind of thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you can walk around the ship and look at it. That's all you can do so far in Star Citizen. That's all I've managed to do. They haven't... So they're promising, this huge, expansive, just PvP-based
Sea of Thieves, but in space?
No Man's Sky?
Not No Man's Sky. It's hard to explain. They want to have this huge world where you can fight people and team up with people and have politics and all that, and all be with real people that spent real money on their ships, so there's things at stake. But they aren't making any game so far.
No, there's just been talk of donations and, well, I guess not donations because
You're paying for the ships, you're buying the ships, and then you can look at it.
Tyler, how much would you pay for a virtual spaceship?
Nothing.
Okay, but if you had to pay money for a virtual spaceship, how much would you pay?
$5 maybe?
So not $1,000?
Holy shit. Really?
Because their most expensive ship that you can buy is $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Is it gold-plated?
No.
Do I get a mini
Because
model
it's
sent to my
virtual.
house?
Nope.
No, you don't. You just
You
get
get to look at it.
You get to click through some pictures of a ship.
I feel like people on the internet are really stupid.
Well, duh. We all know that. That's no, it sounds cool, but it's bad. Like, so Elite Dangerous has a similar idea, but Elite Dangerous works and is cool and it's fun.
Oh yeah, I remember playing that a little bit.
Yeah, that was fun.
Well, the first time I heard about Star Citizen was like 2012 also.
Right? It's ancient.
And it's been doing the same thing. It's got to be a scam, right?
At this point, definitely it is. Like, maybe they had good intentions initially, but they're like, we can just keep making ship models and keep making money. Sweet.
So yeah, how long is it going to be until someone who dropped $1,000 on a ship, you got to start suing them for their money back because they didn't give out their promise?
Well, I'm sure that terms of service is absolves them of that in some way. I'm sure they're legally immune from that. Because they had to have thought of that.
You think in really small print somewhere it's like, this is not a game, ha ha ha, you sucker?
Ha ha ha. ha
Basically, but they'll say it in legalese.
Legalese, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
What? You've never heard that as a term?
No.
I'm more familiar. I can't make it word. I was going to say legal in Spanish, but legalish. I don't know. It's
what?
The foundation is there.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
But
I can't find it, but it's in there somewhere.
The foundation was set, and then the foundation got set on fire.
Just like all of California.
Okay. Hey, make America rake again, am I right?
Yeah. That is amazing. I love that.
Oh my god, guys.
Will you explain it? Since I said it, no, we can't go back.
We can't go back.
We can't go back.
The end of podcast.
Yeah, we're ending the podcast with Make America Rake Again. So what was it, Finland or something?
Yeah.
Trump was talking to, like, I don't know, the leader of Finland. Are they a president?
No. He was touring the destruction of the Paradise Fire with the governor-elect, Trump, and I believe a few other cabinet officials.
Right.
And he was telling them that how he recently talked to the president of Finland about, because it's a forest country, and that what do they do to work to, not have a devastation like this?
Yeah.
And Trump said he was told by the president of Finland that they rake their leaves. Along those lines. That's not word for word, but that's from what I got.
The gist of it is that. And then, so now Trump, touring the devastation of the Paradise Fire, which is horrible, by the way, decided to tell everyone that the forest fires in California wouldn't be happening if we all went out and raked the forest.
So now people in Finland are now trending Rake America Great Again. And it's literally videos and pictures of them raking leaves.
And then also the memes of Smokey the Bear holding a rake.
That's the best.
That's the best one so far. Smokey is not pleased with California right now.
Oh, no. California is on fire.
To be fair, Smokey told me only I could prevent forest fires, so I feel like this is my fault.
Did you do it?
No.
Are you
but
sure?
Only I could prevent it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you didn't go shoot all the homeless population that started all the fires here.
Okay.
That could have prevented it.
Okay.
I don't think that's the right way to do it, but...
Speaking of shooting, actually.
What?
I thought that was going to take a really dark turn. I was going to take a really dark turn.
Your rifle.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that. That's actually kind of cool and a little interesting.
So I got an 1895 Chilean Mauser.
Chinalian?
Used by the Chilean
would
army?
say Chinilian, or whatever the heck he can't pronounce Chilean.
But it was used by the Chilean army, right?
So it was
the army of Chile.
produced by the Mauser factory in Germany for the Chilean army.
Chilean?
In 1895. It was a contract they did, built a bunch of them. But it's really neat because it's an 1895 Mauser. It's still all in its military configuration, hasn't been sporterized. I love it. I love the history of... God damn it. I love the history of firearms, and...
Guys, we're never going to go big in Chile at this point.
No.
I got rid of our demographic there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, our huge demographic of Chilean people.
The Chileans are going to be up in arms.
I like chili. It's delicious.
Yes, I was going to say. Damn it, I was going to go for that. Anyways,
it's cool. It's a really old rifle. It's
Super accurate,
120.
actually.
I mean, compared to the other rifle I have, yes.
Well, I was surprised. You were like, this is exactly how it was in 1895, and then we were shooting trees like 100 yards away.
That was more than 100 yards. We shot a tree at about...
Well, I shot a tree.
It's true. I know you hit it. I can't tell if I hit it. We hit it at about 200 yards without much practice.
that thing has no kick at all.
Right, because the rifle weighs like 20 pounds. It doesn't weigh
Super
20
nice,
pounds.
but I can only imagine
really
carrying that
heavy.
in battle, actually.
Right. Ugh. It would be awful.
But yeah, it's super cool. I never shot a bolt-action rifle before, so that was really... I felt very battlefield-y.
Right, I mean, there's only very minor modifications made to that rifle going into World War One.
Yep.
And the Germans carried that in World War One.
Yep. And then you just recently got...
What?
little clip things, too.
Oh, right, I ordered some stripper clips for it.
What a name.
You know, they strip for you?
No, because it's a strip of ammo.
Oh, see, I was thinking... I don't know. Anyways. But it's super cool. It's super satisfying loading it, jamming it, and then it's shooting off.
Well, no, you don't want to jam it because then you wouldn't be able to get it to shoot.
Well, they're stripping for you anyway, so you just jam it in.
You mean you slam it in?
You jam it in. You don't look, you just jam it.
You don't look.
And then you go crazy.
And then she screams something about her butthole.
You go... What?
Oh my god!
Look, you were all thinking it. You jam it in without looking.
Can you just say it was dark?
Speaking of buttholes, we also got a visit while we were shooting at the range.
Oh,
He wasn't a butthole.
You guys thought it was gonna be?
Yeah, it was kind of terrifying. Bureau of Land Management ranger pulls up while we're shooting.
Okay, so the gun range that we go, it's not really a range as much as it's just a hillside.
That everyone just shoots into?
Mm-hmm. And it's off of a 2-lane road. And when this guy whipped into where we were parked at, he
blocked us in.
Yeah, well, he blocked us in and he left, like, the back end of his truck in the road.
Right, blocking part of the road and blocking our truck.
People suck at sometimes our shooting range and they just leave their trash out there, which add a little bit.
People suck.
Yeah.
In general. I don't know what the deal is with this, but a lot of the community of people who go out shooting just are trashy, horrible individuals.
Yeah.
A lot of them are really good people, but a lot of them are trashy, horrible people, just like you get with anything else. But the problem is that they leave, like, cardboard and refrigerators and just all manner of random-ass shit on shooting ranges.
Granted, we did leave my brake drums out there once, but because of that, I thought that would be a fun target for someone to shoot.
Right. Which, in hindsight, maybe we shouldn't have left that there, because someone did go and clean it up.
Yeah. We thought that it would just been more fun for people, but that was us being... I can see us being now, we're the assholes, and now we're no longer doing that.
Right.
But, so, when we pulled up to the range, someone previously before us left their trash out, brought a big old 55-inch
TV box.
I almost said pizza box. TV box out there that they shot the hell out of with a shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
But then, so, after shooting for a while, I was gone at this point. I had other obligations.
Right.
But anyways, go for it.
Nadeau, do you want to tell it?
I'll tell it. He pulls up, and I'm like, I see him pull up, and I immediately start freaking out. I'm like, oh no. And are we doing something illegal? Do I have a license to kill? Did I leave it in the car where I was at? what's happening.
A license to kill.
Yeah.
In my other pants. My license to kill's in my other pants.
Because
But yeah, so you
usually when this happens, it's usually like a fish and game warden and you're fishing.
Yeah.
And they
Where's your fishing license?
They come slithering out of the grass with like binoculars and war paint, and they're like, "Do you have your fishing license?"
And you're like, yes! And then they're like, you're not supposed to be using barbed hooks here. Do you have barbed hooks? Let me see your tackle box.
And then everything's fine, and they slither back into the grass
And try to get the next guy.
yeah.
It's terrifying.
So that's what I'm used to when I deal with people who
Officials out in the
pull up out of nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this guy gets out of his truck and he goes, "Hello,"
And we're both like, oh no, what have we done wrong?
He's
Was it like this big
No,
burly
he
guy?
was not.
He looked like a normal guy.
Yeah,
He's
he
probably
was-
like 5'10".
I was expecting like this big burly like muscle like I look like I'm gonna beat your ass.
The point is though,
Hello.
he is law enforcement.
Yes, he is.
So, he's carrying a gun on his hip, he's in uniform, he's got a badge. He walks up to us as we're shooting guns at our shooting range, and we're just like, oh no,
And he's
we've
like-
done something wrong.
He's just like, "Hey guys, how's it going?"
And we're like, pretty good.
"Oh, do you guys mind if you clean up your trash?"
And we're like, oh yeah.
And then he was like, "Okay, cool, bye."
And pretty much. That was the entire interaction. We were terrified.
Maybe because you guys looked like a bunch of punk ass bitch kids shooting out in the range.
It's true.
Everyone else out there was super old usually.
The guy next to us wasn't.
I know.
He was also
But
pretty
did
young.
he talk to him?
No, he didn't.
No, just talk
No,
to you guys because
it's
you guys
true.
look like punk ass bitches.
Well, to be fair, that gigantic TV box and several other cardboard boxes that people had left there were just right in front of where we were shooting.
We were
Yeah.
also like crossing the range when we were shooting too a little bit. The tree where we were shooting at was kind of in the next range over.
It's true. That was a little bit nerve-wracking, but it seemed safe. There was no one up there. The range that was next to us, that tree was at the end of their range, they were shooting on their range.
Yes.
So they weren't downrange.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it's. I think that's just funny. Like that you guys told me that. I'm like, oh, did you guys get in trouble? Oh no, just pick up. And then it's funny because I got home after they got back to the house here, and I was thrown away after getting lunch or something like that. I was throwing like trash into the dumpster, and I open it up, and I just see the giant TV box. I'm like, why? And then I'm like, oh, and then they told me this whole story about the cleaning up the range and everything like that. But I'm like, did you guys just feel guilted? Like,
Well, I did. I even told him. So, like, he's like, you mind cleaning? I noticed you guys were shooting. What he said was, I noticed you guys were shooting some cardboard boxes out here. Can you pick that up after you leave? Because, a lot of people leave their trash out here. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Actually, only one of those cardboard boxes out here is one I brought. And I absolutely, I always try to leave it better than I found it. I'll take that big TV box with me this time. I didn't bring it, but I'll take it. And then I had to take it, and it was a gigantic mess.
yeah, shredded up cardboard.
It was shredded up cardboard, like it had been shot with a shotgun many times.
Yeah.
And someone had put like metal bars and rocks and shit inside of
Hold
it.
it down.
It was awful. It was awful cleaning that up.
Yeah, it sucked.
But to be fair,
I didn't have to do
it was
that.
a good thing to do. I think it was a good thing to do.
I mean, yeah,
We did leave it better than we found it.
Yeah, exactly.
We picked up all my brass because I reload. We picked up all the shotgun shells we shot and threw those in the trash. We picked up.
I would have slam fired that TV box with a shotgun.
I did.
Oh. So now, since you participated in shooting it, I think you're obligated now to put it away.
Right.
You know what Gandhi says?
What? I don't know. Nuke everyone in civilization.
It's not, no.
Yeah.
Does Gandhi say be the change you want to see in the world?
Yes.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Is that Gandhi, or are we thinking of some other inspirational leader and we're making idiots?
No, double down, end the podcast, say that's it.
Okay, Gandhi said that. This has been the In a Slice podcast.
Tune in next week where Nadeau's going to be like, so Gandhi didn't say that, and I'm sorry, Gandhi.
Oh, thanks for bringing that up. I'm sorry, Larry King.
For the 5th time.
We really appreciate the bones in your shirt.
Don't do that, man.
This has been the most rambly podcast of all time. Thanks for listening, guys.
See you guys.
Bye, Larry King. Hey, it's Nadeau.
And Tyler.
Reminding you to follow us on Twitter,
At In a Slice Podcast.
on Facebook,
At In a Slice Official.
and to watch us on YouTube.
At In a Slice.
Thanks to Anchor.fm, the In a Slice podcast is available wherever podcasts can be found.
Also, thank you to Kevin Macleod for our outro music, Bummin on Tremelo. He can be found on his website at incompetech.com.
Thanks for listening.
Pizza.